Good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Just mute my. How's everyone doing today? Cold enough for you? Back again, Friday lunchtime stream. I'll try and make this my weekly team selection and my live stream, as the deadline streams are a bit difficult to get onto, actually, depending on the time. So, yeah, thought the Friday lunchtime is a decent slot. Hopefully, everyone working from home can jump on and get involved in the chat. Afternoon, Jay. Afternoon, Minya. After straight in, Captain in Salah. Well, yeah, don't blame you in it. We're going to talk about this in a minute. We're having trouble. We'll keep you trying to. Okay. Afternoon, Jay. Afternoon, Nova. Just checking something on the stream. It's saying it's having difficulties. Let me see. Let me remove this. Hope I don't bring the stream down. I'm doing something. Oh. Is the stream still all right? DCL, where is DCL? Okay. Straight into it. He's gone. He's gone. That's the first noticeable change. I didn't even wait. Very rare I do rage transfers. You see, if you watch my videos, I always say at the end, wait until the end. Wait until we have the information. There was midweek games. I didn't care. I mean, I've had a tricky start to the season, and it's accumulated, and basically to the end of last week when I saw him coming off again early, and his substitute looks much better than him. Beto looks much better than him now, to be fair. I thought he's gone. I couldn't resist. I couldn't wait no more. So yeah, that change is made. What do you think, guys? I bought in Cunha. Salam, yes, in. Welcome, bro. How you doing? Yes, bud. Hope you're well, Mo. Thanks again. Oh, that's no problem. It's good to see you, man. It's good to see so many people already on here. People already made moves. Look, I transferred in Bruno and Larson for DCL McNeil. Good. Yeah, Bruno. I had him from game week 1 to 5. Super frustrating. And Bruno's next 3 fixtures, fair play. They're the best 3 fixtures you can honestly pick. Is it Leicester, Ipswich, and Everton, I think? I mean, you couldn't pick 3 better fixtures. So yeah, totally makes sense. I love it. It's a really good move. Really, really good move. So yeah, I think that's a worthwhile. I think you're gonna reap the benefits of that. So fair play. I'm just trying to add something here. Can't be any worse. Yes. Maggot, how's it going, my friend? You all right? You doing any cartwheels today? If DCL scores a hat-trick this week, I'll probably stop playing FPL for this season. I'm being serious. I'll stop playing FPL this season and I'll come back a better manager next season. That's the honest truth. That will be the last straw. So you've got that on tape. You've got that on video. You've got the if he scores a goal this week, yeah. Why is this giving me warning signs? Is the stream still going okay, guys? Let me know if the stream's still going okay. I think I can see everyone chatting. Sorry about this. I'm getting these warning signs from the streaming software. Very strange. But yeah, if DCL scores a hat-trick, Junior, I'll delete this season. Is that fair? And I'll play next season. That's it. I'll start again. I'll be ready for August. Is it the 14th or 17th when the season starts? Yeah, I won't do it. Wood has been good is an understatement. He's been incredible. His statistics since Nuno's come in, he's the second best striker in the Premier League, especially if you include non-penalties. So yeah, it's actually unreal. This one here is one of the things. Palmer's fit. He was walking around the stadium, looked all right to me. Obviously, there's a big difference between playing a match. I think he's going to be fit. Mind games. I mean, this is such a big game before international break. Surely they're going to play him. He's their best player. He's one of the best players in the Premier League. So they're going to play him. I'll be amazed. He got called up for the England squad. Now, in theory, you still can drop out. But I think he's going to be fit. So I'll be very surprised. So I've still got him in my team. You can see the vice captaincy still on him. But if I get a green arrow this week, I'll do one for you. I will do a backflip if I get a green arrow. How's that? That's how it's been so far. So we'll run through my team in a minute. We'll just let a couple more. I can see over here. Not sure. Look, you okay? Oh, yes. How's it going, Alf? Yes, by the way, Alf, if Alf's been streaming every evening, 8 o'clock. I think I'm right, Alf. 8 o'clock on his channel. You can just check it on the search, FPL Alf, and you'll find him every evening, entertaining, quick streams for you, just highlighting a lot of FPL chat and sometimes the Twitter community chat as well. So yeah, definitely check him out and subscribe. Hey mate, Captain Foden or Solanke? I'm at 5 million. So yeah, well then Solanke looks the best option. We're going to go into a bit more detail later on. I've got some nice stats regarding captains, all the clean sheet odds, but for a clean one, Foden, I think, would be a bigger differential. Not many own Foden, especially he's underperformed. But although, if we're talking about Foden, his statistics have been incredible. I think he's been the best output-wise, well, XG-wise, from any player in the last, say, 3 or 5 game weeks. He's been incredible, but he's been dodging points. Can this be the game week? It's a trickier fixture to Brighton. Solanke has the best fixture, and I'm going to show you some stats later on to back that up. It's weird. Solanke's got the better odds of returning, but if you're really going extreme, Foden, of course, is going to be the bigger differential, and he's a midfielder. So if he gives you a brace, then yeah, you're laughing. Let me see. There's more questions. Because would you rather Haaland or Foden or Salah? Would you rather Haaland and Foden or Salah? And you know what? I had this discussion with Praz last night on Deadline Dilemmas, and we've made our decisions. You could see I've gone for Haaland and Foden and Cunha somehow, but he's gone for Salah, Cunha. So I think the latter option is probably a better option, you know. Salah, the fixtures are a little bit better. I think a lot of people will jump off Haaland. Haaland, he's still in my team. I couldn't really move him on this week, and I'll explain the dynamics in a minute as I go through the team. But yeah, I think the Salah, Cunha, yeah, I think you get this weekend, so it's a home fixture against Aston Villa. Then you get the Southampton, and then after that they play City. But then the fixtures are still better, and the more important part, you get the extra money in your team. So if you go without Haaland, you can have Palmer, Saka, you know, much more. It's not just that matchup there. You get even more, to be honest. You can have, you know, so yeah. Hello, Milos. How's it going? Yes, I'm just still saying hello to everyone. How's it going, Phil? Good to see you. I'm saving some of the questions now. Not quite sure why it's not allowing it on Twitter. Normally it allows it. I'll try it one more time if it allows it. Let's see, save changes. But let's have a look at this question here. Some of the questions I will save to later on. Some of the questions I'll answer straight away. It all depends on where you come at. 1.9 in the back. Want to save at least 0.8 for Foden to Saka later. So what do you mean, Milos? You want to do a move, or you want to do a move and still save enough money? Is that what you're saying? But it depends on what moves and stuff you want to do and whatnot. So let me see. I think McNeil is done. I think the press conference is today. McNeil, I think the press conference has come out that he's not like he's going to be fit. Even DCL's minutes potentially could be in jeopardy this week. Semenyo, for me, at that price range, is the best. Like his fixtures. Let's go look at fixtures right now, actually. Look at Semenyo's fixtures, man. And he's been incredible. Semenyo, look, so look, you got Brentford, Brighton, Wolves, Tottenham, Ipswich, West Ham. So he's a cheap player, but you can play him every week from now on. You saw what he done to Manchester City last week. Now, I know they're having a bit of a wobble. Totally understand. Combination. I've never seen them so open. I think it's the first time they've lost 3 games in a row since 2018. But not just the losing, it's the manner. If you saw them against Lisbon, every time 2 passes and they were 1v1. Very rare you get that with a Manchester City, a Pep team. Very, very rare. So they're very open, and Semenyo destroyed them, and I can see him being an extra. He's a gorgeous pick. I think he outscores the majority of the cheap strikers. So for me, Semenyo's a no-brainer. Yeah, put him in. I have Cunha, thinking of Wood or Welbeck. They're all incredible options. Welbeck, this game week is horrible, but is it really horrible? I mean, when you think about it, he's got Manchester City, who've been struggling. I just said a minute ago, they're not really defending well. So if he gets through this fixture with any return, After that, you have him like for the best fixtures. Look at Brighton's fixtures. He's got Bournemouth, Southampton, Fulham, Leicester, Crystal Palace. Gorgeous fixtures. He's been incredible. Now, do you get worried that what's his name? Pedro's back. Is he going to eat up some of his minutes? I'm not so sure. Pedro will possibly play behind him. But yeah, it's just something to consider. You know, it's something for you to consider. But for me, I like Welbeck. Wood's fixtures really do get hard. So now this is going to test. Because Wood's been overperforming this season. We all know this, even though he's been incredible. Can he continue this? Look at his fixtures. Where's Nottingham Forest on this list? They're near the bottom, aren't they? Let's see. Can Wood continue? So Nottingham Forest are Newcastle. Then Newcastle's tricky. Then Arsenal. Ipswich is gorgeous. But then Manchester City, Man United, and Aston Villa. Trickier fixtures, but he's been performing to a ridiculous level. Can he continue this? I'm not quite so sure. So yeah, that's something for you. I think I'd prefer Welbeck. But I've said this, and Wood's destroyed me every week. So yeah, I'm going to run through my team quickly. Actually, then we go back to some of the. Let me see. But look at this. Let's see what Maggot's got here. I've got Solanke and Son, but I'm going Salah captain. Yeah, I think that's the right choice. I think I've got a captaincy graphic that we're going to look at as well, predicted points and stuff. The problem with Son, and you saw Andrew's, if you saw Andrew's press conference today, that one I did get to see as well. He talks about them managing Son's minutes. So they're not going to go too extreme. You've seen he's had like a 45 minutes. I think the week before when they destroyed Villa, he got taken off and he was shocked. You remember? He was like, who, me? Am I getting taken off? Like, and then even midweek, they gave him another just 45 minutes. So you could expect maybe 70 minutes, 65 minutes. So that brings down captaining Son for me. I don't think that's a good option, strictly because of the minutes. The minutes risk is not good enough. So yeah, I wouldn't do that at all. Hello, Delia. How's it going? Have you covered already? Liverpool players? No, I haven't actually. Should we double on Salah? Salah, look, I don't even own him. That's my biggest FOMO of this week. Salah this week, and we're going to discuss. I'm going to go to it in a minute once I finish with my team. Salah's my biggest FOMO for this week. Possibly the best captain, best predicted points. He ticks all the boxes. And you're saying to double up. Luiz and Gakpo is a tricky one, isn't it? It seems like to me that Nunes is going to come back in this weekend for Aston Villa. Now, midweek against Leverkusen, he played what's his name, Diaz through the middle, and then he started Gakpo on the left and Salah on the right. He said after in a press conference that the reason he done that, he knows their centre-back Tar is one of the best centre-backs in Germany, and he loves a centre-forward. So he said he threw a curveball in there and gave him basically a winger in there, or a false nine, whatever you want to call it. Is he going to do that against Villa? I'm not quite sure. I think he'll revert back to one of Diaz or Gakpo on the left. Hard to pick. They're both incredible. They're both playing well as well. Salah 100% on the right, and then maybe Nunes. If Nunes doesn't perform, maybe then one of them comes on. So that's what makes that. It's a lovely pick if you can get it right, Delia, but I'm not quite sure. The minutes is quite scary there. I'm not sure if you want to go there. That would worry me. That would worry me there. But the Salah one, oh, unbelievable. Mark, how's it going, Mark? Hola, from sunny Spain. Lucky because it's actually freezing's exaggerating, but it's really cold in London at the moment. Really, really cold. Strong captain besides Haaland. So I've got what you mean, like, is any other captain? So, okay, there's a lot of captaincy chat. So maybe we should go to the captains. Let's go right now. So this is my captaincy picks here. Let me know what you guys think. So this is the order. I think Salah's the best captain. He's got Aston Villa at home. Normally, you wouldn't back against Aston Villa, but the way they capitulated, the way they died miserably when Spurs scored a couple of goals was unusual. Very rare you see that in an Unai Emery team. The midweek, they weren't so great either. And then they come into Anfield in a night kickoff. Who knows what can happen there. So Salah is just so consistent. He's one of the best players in the world at the moment. You know, he's aging like a fine wine, seriously. And he's predicted 7.58. So for me, he's the best captain this week. Second best, you're looking at the predictions. So the predictions are taken from Scout members area. But remember, sometimes it doesn't get the latest information because currently at the moment it's predicted 6.2 for Son and 6.2 for Haaland. I think I would lower Son. After the press conference today, when you heard regarding potentially the minutes, I think Son's predicted points should go lower. Okay. Haaland is being the big talk. Loads have gone without him. The last 2 weeks, it's paid. It really has paid. But you have to bear in mind, and this is the part of FPL, you need a bit of luck to drop on your side. That's why how experienced you've got in FPL, how good of a manager. His XG has been far superior. His XG, I mean, last week, Salah was the only premium that returned, and Palmer matched him realistically for XG, same amount of shots, but he just happened to put the ball in the way. Haaland had 5 shots, the most XG, and didn't return. The week before, he had every week. So bear that in mind as well, is the point I'm getting at with the predicted points. Palmer and Saka this week's a tricky one because they're against each other. We're predicting a tighter game. I mean, whether that materializes, who knows? We don't even know if Palmer's going to be fully fit. That's another thing we have to consider as well. So this week, the standout captain for me is Salah. After that, obviously, if you own Haaland, Haaland's always a good captain. Son, if you want to gamble on minutes, but if you want a more consistent one, is Solanke. Now, Solanke's predicted good minutes. He scored 3 attacking returns last week. I know he's frustrated managers, but he's had 3 attacking returns. And then he came on midweek in Europe. I know they lost, but he came on and scored a lovely flick. The narrative I'm painting here, maybe the confidence is there now. And they've got, the fixture they've got is Ipswich at home. One of the worst defenses in the Premier League. So, yeah, that's something to bear in mind here, okay? That's something to bear in mind, that if you go with Spurs, you'd prefer Son. You'd want a midfielder if you could, but Solanke is the better option. So he's definitely a good option if you've got him as the captain, all right? Let me just make sure there's no other captaincy. I explained earlier, message me. Oh, I think I might have missed it. We spoke about this a little bit earlier, Delia. It's a tricky one. In what you look at it in one stage and you're thinking he's overperforming and the fixtures are getting harder, but then you think he just scores. He scores every week, and him, Nottingham Forest and him have been almost overperforming. Can it continue? Me personally, I think surely it can't. I spoke a minute ago about his fixtures. Surely he can't continue at this ratio. He's basically at the level where he gets one chance, he scores it. I mean, can that continue? It's not sustainable. But anyway, he's not a horrible pick. If someone went there, part of me feels in game week 5, I went DCL instead of him. That was like a 40-point difference. Brutal. So I can see why people are still considering him. Welbeck's most probably a better pick now. Winks and Trent to Bruno and Hall free or roll. Winks and Trent. With Trent's, I should talk about Trent because I've actually got Trent in my team, and he's a good discussion to speak about, Mark. Trent recently is nowhere near as attacking. At the start of the season, he was attacking. His XG numbers were excellent. Potential for predicted points and returning and clean sheets. As the fixtures have got more difficult, Slot is without a doubt told him to calm down with that attacking. He's much more closer to Ibu at the back, which made Liverpool much more solid defensively. But we're losing attacking returns in exchange for potential for clean sheets. But the clean sheets haven't been there at the moment. So it is making me think, can you drop that to a cheaper defender and use that money like you're doing here? Only problem in this change here, Hall I really like. In my video midweek, if you haven't seen it, check it out. I go through the best picks for midfielders, defenders, and forwards. Hall was in my defenders. Numbers were very good. Last week against Arsenal, he was excellent. Like, I think he returned 8 points. XG and XA were nothing, but his job was basically to make Saka have no fun. And you could argue he accomplished his mission. So Bruno's the one that is such a risky pick. You are really going in blind faith here. That's strictly a fixture punt because their fixtures are amazing. The next 3, where are they? Let's have a look at their fixtures. Look at Man United's next 3 fixtures. Leicester, Ipswich, Everton. So you are going just for free, and then I would book a transfer in, because the reality is you're not gonna keep him for Arsenal, Nottingham Forest, and Man City. I know Amaron's got good potential. He's going to take a long time to work on that team. So for me, no. To answer your question, I wouldn't do that move this. But Winks and Horn. Actually, I possibly would. I went Bruno of game week 1 to 5, so I think my bias is kicking in there because he cost me. He was the biggest underperforming player XG wise for the first 5 game weeks. So I'm letting that bias kick in. I think it's worth a punt, really. The fixtures are too good. You know, penalties, set pieces. But then you watch Manchester United. I watched them last night, and then you think, oh, he's scoring their goals. I know Ahmad got a couple last night, but the attackers are not that great. So that one, Mark, I'm not quite sure. I'm reluctant to say go for it, but yeah, not not my favorite. Thanks, Mo. No due to drop in price tonight. So thanks, Mo. I think no due to drop in price tonight. So I'll make that. I think so. Yeah, I think that's an easy move. I'm going to be honest with you. Semenyo, it's just you don't have to even rotate him no more. Just play him. Such an easy. Yes, now. Hello, hello. Getting ready for the app. Are you excited about that now? Did you see Manchester United last night, though? Not much to be excited about. Be honest, not much to be excited about. A lot of people were considering, so Praz, I was speaking to last night, he was saying he was on the cusp of going to Hoyland, their striker up top, because the fixtures are so good and he's an easier swap for him up front. So I can see the temptation because those fixtures, if you're playing fixtures, which in FPL is a big part of us picking the players, it's such a nice move that is. But then you watch them, it's a catch-22. It's fixtures, but then your eyes don't deceive you. You're watching Manchester United last night. They were terrible. Not good. So that is really that's a difficult move. Haaland to Wood, Foden to Salah. You know what? Yeah, saying that's something I was considering. It'll be a -4 for me. If you can do that for free, and it's the long-term plan. So it's the long-term. You really, that move is not just, we need to go, let's go back here. Look at Liverpool's fixtures. They've got Aston Villa, then they've got Crystal Palace, and then it's is that Chelsea, then Brent. No, that's not. I'm reading the wrong fixtures there. Come on, Mo. There we are. We've got Aston Villa, then Southampton. So those two fixtures are incredible. Okay. And then you've got Man City. Then you got the fixtures are better. And then what you can do with that money is incredible. But bear in mind, though, there will be games. For example, Haaland's got Tottenham. That could be a good game for him. I know people are thinking Spurs, but that could be a good, the way Spurs defend. And if Man City are on it after an international break, I know they're having a bit of a wobble now. That could be, yeah, Haaland to Wood. And why not consider Welbeck? Do you think Wood's going to continue? You think Wood's going to continue overperforming, Yasin? So that's the question you got to ask yourself. But loads have done that move. Just to finish off on that, Haaland to Salah. At the moment, I'm gonna stick with it. I've committed now that at least up until the Tottenham game, I think, and then maybe I could move it. But yeah, so it's up to you. If you can do that for free, I can see the temptation. I can see why people are doing it. Loads of other elite managers have done that move. Like nothing wrong with it at all. You know what? That would actually be. Can you imagine that? That all of the hype, and then they go on to either draw or lose to Ipswich. Can you imagine? That would be the biggest shocker of the weekend. Oh, Brian, it's good to see you, Brian. How you doing, Brian? Good to see you. My ID, I'll put it in the description. I don't know it off my head. I'll put it on the description for you to see it. This season's been it's not great. So you don't even I don't even want to look at it, mate. But I'll put it in there so you can definitely see it. I think it's on my Twitter handle, I think. Or not handle, but in my bio, possibly. Oh, look who we've got here. Yes, on my lunch break, managed to catch you. How's it going, Nick? It's good to see you. What you got for lunch today, Nick? What you got for lunch? I'm curious to know. In fact, what's everyone got for lunch? You know, these are the important questions. Don't worry about Haaland and Salah. All right, Nick. Oh, thank you very much, Nick. I appreciate that. I'll take that. Was that for me to buy my lunch? What am I going to get? Thanks, Nick. The worm. I'm here. I mean, you never know. Let's see. You're a big fan, aren't you? He's highly rated, but I'm not sure about the brace, mate. At least for one. Aim for one at least first. You're aiming high. Nick, you've had a massive resurgence in the last couple of weeks. So tell me, who's the captain for this week? So I was going to cap Son, but now worried. Yeah, I saw the comments as well. So who's your backup then, Nick? I would be a bit worried regarding the minutes. We spoke a minute ago, Nick. You might have missed it. Captaincy here. It was predicted 6.2 points, but I think the minutes that would be brought down. So, you know what? At times, believe it or not, I always explain on here my decision making when it comes to a very tight decision. You can either go with the lowest ownership player or you could toss a coin. 100% agree. Ahmad was our best player last night. Everyone else was okay. Yeah. It's difficult now. I know you're a Man United fan, and you can tell me if you think there's a pick for us. I think it's a wait and see personally, but yeah. Afternoon, Vag works. Ah, yes, perfect. No worries, mate. Thank you for dropping in and saying hello. Love that. Christmas sandwich meal deal, yeah? Nice. Welbeck is an interesting one, but look at their fixtures. Yeah, the fixtures. What do you think? So okay, let's get back into the groove. So look at Brighton's fixtures. So Man City next is hideous, but then is it that bad? Look at their defending. So Manchester City's fixtures, no problem. And then we've got Bournemouth. So we've got Bournemouth, gorgeous fixture. Southampton, nice fixture. Fulham, Leicester, Crystal Palace. They're good fixtures. The only worry with Welbeck, what is there? They've got quite a lot of attackers, but he has been the main guy at the moment. Pedro's back. Does that interrupt his minutes? I don't think so. Maybe it's better for him. More supply, more passing, better vision and whatnot. Welbeck's fixtures are excellent. There's nothing wrong with them, missing. Why? You're not a fan of them. You don't like them. I think they're really good fixtures. So let me go back and finish. So this is how I'm lining up for this week, guys. So Trent, Gabriel, Lewis, I'm not confident. Trent, a clean sheet. It's not been great last couple of weeks. Gabriel, Arsenal have had a mini wobble. Am I right in saying that? It's not terrible. I watched them against Inter Milan. They were excellent. They lost to such a dodgy handball. It's embarrassing. The people that make those handball rules, they don't play football. That's the problem, unfortunately. They're office workers that, or at least if they come out with a statement and admit it and say, look, we know these ain't handballs, but we want to make the game exciting and give as many goals and penalties, then I'd almost accept it. But if they think that's a handball, like, look at his eyes and stuff. He didn't even know where the ball was. It's stupid. But anyway, the point I'm saying is Arsenal weren't that bad. They would have kept a clean sheet potentially against a strong Inter at home. I don't think they've lost in 2 years at home or something like that. They're strong. They're not mugs. So Arsenal are not that bad. So I'm going to risk Gabriel. I mean, I'm not going to play Mikalenko ahead of him. Lewis, I know he's a cheap Manchester City, but you got to play him against Brighton and take the gamble. Foden, who's been dodging points like anyone. I was considering going Foden to Bruno, like I spoke earlier on, because the fixtures are gorgeous. And I thought, no. I was thinking Foden to Son. And then I thought, no, the minutes. Palmer against Arsenal. Now, this is the big talk. Is he going to be fit or not? I mean, I'm predicting he's going to be fit, and it's mind games because it's a big game for Chelsea. Chelsea are getting stronger week in, week out. I'm being honest with you. They're looking better. At the start of the season, I thought the manager Maresca's got no chance here, but he's done a good job. The attack and midfield look like they're moving smoothly, but the defense, that's where Arsenal could punish them. But the point is, I think they're going to utilize Palmer because if they win this game, it sets them up nicely for after the international break. So yeah, Semenyo, I spoke about him. I mean, he destroyed Man City, and he's been him and Rodgers. It's been two of the cheap gems in FPL this season. Unbelievable. And then Mbumo, who's been incredible as well. He's been performing really well. And Brentford, if you look at Brentford's attacking stats, now, I always looked at Brentford and thought, yeah, they've been poor defensively. But that's in exchange for how good they've been attacking-wise. So if you've got Wissa, you're in a good place. Their attack, I think, is in the top 5 now, XG-wise. So that's telling you something. They're very good attack. So Mbumo, it's a no-brainer. I bet you everyone in the chat has got him. Jimenez, I bought him in last week. It was a bit worrying that he got taken off in the 76th minute. While they were losing, I thought Muniz would come on and play supporting him. But while they were losing, so that was quite frustrating. He gets, obviously, I'm not going to take him out now. He gets the remaining fixtures, Crystal Palace away. And then Haaland, the biggest point dodger of all, he's got Brighton away. He's been having at least 5 shots per game. So surely, I'd only be worried if the shots dried up, like if DCL, there's no chances. It's not even about that you're missing them. You're hardly getting any. That's the big worry for a striker. He's getting chances, like relentless, even against Sporting. You could argue they should have won that game in the first half, City. But that's how it's run for them recently, okay? And then Cunha, the new signing, who's taking DCL's spot. I'm happy to have him. I know Wolves are struggling. this is they're calling it I was listening on radio this morning, El Sacaco. I mean, that's pretty evil. Basically saying whoever loses that game's getting fired. Bit harsh for my liking. That I don't know what you think. But and the bench, there's the bench. This is the predicted points for this team. So if you've got any of these players, you can have a little look. It's 61, but at the moment, they're dodging points. I was predicted something similar to this last week, and I had a hideous game week. I think I scored 36 points. Horrible, horrible. Everyone was dodging points. So, yeah, poor. So let's have a look at the premium. So this is like, we've reached a stage in FPL this season where the premiums we're all struggling to fit them in, okay? And it depends which route you go. So if you've gone without Haaland, you can have 3 of these. And it's the last 2 weeks. If you're judging it on the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks even, it's worked. Could easily change though in FPL, as I said. If you've got Haaland, you can have maybe 1 or 2 max. It's hard to have. I don't think it's impossible. And I've got some of their stats just for projected for game week 11. So, for example, Haaland's predicted at 6.2, Salah's predicted 7.5, and the other 2 look around near 5. Okay, so you can make your mind up with that. But look at the minutes per shots for Haaland. Every 18 minutes, he's getting a shot off on target. Salah's near 30 minutes. Palmer's near 26 and 25. So bear that in mind as well, the frequency that Haaland gets chances at. Oof. So if you are going without him, just bear that in mind, okay? It's going to be a real struggle. So let me answer some of the questions. It's going to be a real struggle. So see, look, Nick, you're in a good place. If you've got Mo Salah, then you're just flexing on us. You've got Son and Mo Salah. So, yeah, it's the best pick. He's the best captain, mate. Easy one. So wait and see. Yeah, agree. Because he plays in that new formation. If Bruno does play in the inside forwards, I can see us all going there. Totally agree with you. That's something to wait and see. That one's an interesting one. You're trying to sell me on Welbeck. And it's no, if you're happy with Wood, honestly, yes, and you go with it. You've been making good decisions all season. So I'm only presenting information, and at times I try to be devil's advocate. I never really tell anyone to pick him or pick nah. That's not really me. It's just what we talk FPL, hopefully give you the pros and cons, and then you make the decision. So nothing wrong with Wood at all. We've got loads of good, cheap striking options. This season has been very unusual. We've got loads of cheap, good strikers. So it's up to you which route you go. I'm just thinking Welbeck at the moment does look good. The fixtures are really, really good. Yes, the penalty in the Chelsea game that's what I mean. The penalties at the moment, they don't play football. Like, they're not being rude. I'm not saying the refs and stuff, but the people are making the rules. They're really, really bad at the moment. It's one of my big bugbears in football. And it sounds almost rude when I say a statement like that. They don't play football. It's the truth, though. Because if you play football, the reason I say a statement like that, for example, if you play football, if someone's trying to hurt you on the pitch. So I've played football many times. I know when someone's tried to do me, and I've been tackled badly where I've broken stuff, and I know they've not meant it. You just know. It's something inside. Players know. So sometimes when you're watching a game, you can see when the player's meant to do either a handball or a bad tackle, but yet they go watch it on VAR and they say, oh, it's a penalty. So it just bugs me. The penalties at the moment, they're shocking. How's it going, Jesse? Good to see you, my friend. But so this is the premiums. The one person that's missing here is Son. Like, managers like Nick, I've got him. I don't have him at the moment. I couldn't get there. I was considering it, but I can't get there this week. But these are the premiums, and it's interesting to see. Let me know which of the 4 you've got in your team. I'm keen to know actually which permutations you lot have all got. I know, speaking to Praz yesterday, he's got these 3 basically: Salah, Saka, and Palmer, but no Haaland. So let me know who have you got. Let's move on to goals and clean sheet, guys. Let's move on to goals and clean sheets. Yes, Ants. Good to see you, bro. Are you ready for this game week? You've been following me in the shocking season so far. We need to turn it around, yeah? How are we going to do this? I have all bar Saka. Okay, so you've got the other 3. So you're in a good position as well. So who are you captaining this week, Delia? Haaland out, Salah in. Is that what you've done, Jay? Or no? Let me know. Have you done that move already? Interesting. Or are you just considering that? I have 4 free transfers. I would like to sell Haaland, but why am I still scared? Yeah, I think that's all of us, to be honest. That's actually all of us. Yeah, that's all of us. Fair play. Yeah, we're all, because it's what he's capable of. And if you look at his statistics, if you look at Haaland's statistics, you can see that you can understand why you could be scared. Man City, yes, they've struggled recently, but he's getting chances. And one of these games, the goals are going to come. Simple as that. Nick's got Saka, Salah, and Son. Yeah, you see, Bowen becomes Palmer next game week. Okay. You're actually taking it serious now, Nick. I like it. The planning's all in place. I really, really like it. Ah, that's a big move. Wow. So Haaland's gone, Salah's in. I have no idea. Yeah, because you've got all of the best captains this week, Delia. That's why you're in actually the best position. So this might help you. So have a look. So for this week here, let's have a look. Let's see who to target. So we can see Liverpool predicted to score 2.35 goals, near 3 goals, and their clean sheet odds are at 32%. It's one of the best this week's. Aston Villa's clean sheet odds are 10%. So it looks like the markets are predicting they're going to concede. Okay, it's just how many and whether it's Salah in the end of it, and it's more than likely. Then you've got Manchester United. You can see this is why the Bruno talk and potentially other players are there. Manchester United are predicted to score 2.45, which is the second highest this week, if I'm right. Yes. And their clean sheet odds are 36%, mainly because Leicester are so poor. Leicester's clean sheet odds are 9%. So have a look at that. That's incredible. Then you've got Tottenham predicted to score 2.9, 3 goals. This is why, Nick, you was looking at Son captain. And I can see why. But the minutes is a bit of a risk. But look at what they predicted. Near 3 goals. This is why I've got envy. The FOMO I've got this week is no Salah and no Solanke. 38% clean sheet odds as well if you've got Spurs. Look at Ipswich's clean sheet odds, 6%. I mean, 6%. That's actually unreal. Look at that. That tells you, wow. And the only noticeable one, Wolves are predicted to score 1.8 against Southampton. That's pretty decent if we've got Cunha or Larson. Brentford's, if you've got Mbumo, Brentford predicted clean sheet odds, Bournemouth's on 19%. So on the sheet, you could see here who to target, who not to target. A few moves have to be done this week. Template is looking like a myth now. So what have you got planned then, Ants? Who's coming in and who's going? Let me know. I have Salah and Palmer, no Haaland or Saka. Planning to bring Saka in by game week 14. Okay. Fair play. So you're going down that route, which makes sense. That's what I'm saying. There's no right or wrong. You're going down that route there. It's a weird time, both Nick. Yeah, it's very, very, it's a weird time when both Nick and Ash are actually decent. Yeah. Yeah, they are. They're actually having good seasons. Fair play. That's when you know it's a weird time. Forget Man United. They are terrible. I test over predicted. Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. Yes, and it is hard, but I have to obviously put it out there, isn't it? Yes, that, this is what's the thing with FPL and why we love it. Something that can sound so silly, so stupid, sometimes works. And some people have been brave. There's loads of managers. So I speak to a lot of the top managers, the top FPL YouTubers, and they've done that move. And they're flying. So for us sitting here saying Man United are rubbish and poor, I agree with you. I've been watching their games and they don't look good. They honestly don't look good. So I'm in agreement, but obviously you still have to consider it. We can't just say they don't look good. We need to don't have none of their players and whatnot. No, we have to consider them. And I think look at this week here, 2.45. If you went on Bruno and he gets you what, a goal and an assist, you're flying. So yeah, I know what you're saying. Like we shouldn't be, yeah, but I think it's something we have to consider. So that's the clean sheet and goal odds here. We've already discussed the best captaincy. We're going to quick fixtures. Now, this is the fixtures up until, what is it, game week 16. There's a big change. Look at Nottingham Forest's fixtures. They're going down to the bottom now. So if you've got some of it, I've got their goalkeeper sales and some have got Wood. Do you start thinking about changing it? Manchester City's fixtures at the moment, not ideal. Hence why the Haaland sell is there. Fair play. Can't really knock that. Chelsea, Manchester City. Where's Arsenal's fixtures? Arsenal's fixtures are about to get better. So I think we've gone quiet on Arsenal. People that had Havertz and Saka, loads of maybe sold, and especially people that got the double defense, they've been burned big time. They've not kept many clean sheets, have they, since game week 5? But look at Arsenal's fixtures: Nottingham Forest, West Ham, Manchester United, Fulham, Everton. Surely there's clean sheets there. Surely there's clean sheets there. Yeah, thank you. I hope you checked it out. It was good discussions, man. It's always nice talking with Praz. He's an FPL machine. Let's just say that. So it's always nice discussing. But so the fixture swings, I'm keeping an eye on it. I want to have 2 fixtures over the international break. So that's quite important for me. That's my plan. I was so tempted because of the FOMO to try and get Salah or a Spurs attacker in, but I think I'm going to go without. It really could cost me. Brighton, yeah, they look really good now. I know that. That's the reason. I think I was saying to Yasin about Welbeck, look at the fixtures. You know, really look at them. And Spurs, they kind of stay in the middle if you look at it from look, Ipswich, Fulham, Ipswich, Man City's horrible, Fulham, Bournemouth, Chelsea. So yeah, it's not too bad. Let's quickly move on to, let's do game week 11 predictions, guys. Run through it. Last week, I was meant to post it. I kept a record of what people predicted and who was right and wrong. I'm doing this so I know who to listen to and who's got the prediction skills. Because there were some random ones last week. I think some biased ones. So Brentford v Bournemouth, I'm going to go Brentford. In fact, I'm going to go 2-2. High scoring game there. I think if you've got attackers, you're in luck there. Let me know what you think in the chat. Quick predictions. We'll quickly run through them. Brentford 2-2 against Bournemouth. That's my prediction. What do you guys think? Fixture hasn't proved to be worth focusing on too much. Teams that are easy games did nothing. So true. And that's one of the things, Delia, that has made this season very, very difficult. And yeah, it's very true. It's not just, I think the fixtures, but there's been some very strange results. And you could tell by predicting the results, we've had some very unusual games and it has impacted FPL big time. It really has. Okay, I'm seeing 1-1. 2-1, 2-2. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. Yeah, fair play. I'm keeping tabs of these. I'm going to post them next week. I'll have them ready, actually. And then let's go Crystal Palace versus Fulham. So Crystal Palace versus Fulham. I mean, I've got, what's his name? Raul Jimenez. So I hope there's a goal there for me there. I'm going to go 2-1 to Palace. I think Palace will win this at home. What do you guys think? 1-1, Brian, yeah? Might struggle at Villa. Liverpool might struggle, Yasin. Yeah, you think that? We'll come on to that. Hold that thought and you can tell me. We have a little chat regarding that. So a lot of people are thinking 1-1, 1-0 Fulham, Jay. Okay. West Ham v Everton. Now, this is not a thriller, is it? Both managers, both teams are stinking up the place at the moment. They really are stinking up the place. I'm not even sure who to predict. In fact, no, I'm going to go West Ham 2-1, 1-0. You've gone for 1. What do you reckon, guys? West Ham, Everton. What do you think? I'm going to go 1-0 West Ham. Everton, are they going to score? I've already said I won't play FPL this season if DCL scores a hat-trick. I'm actually serious because I sold him this week for Cunha. I won't play. It'll be too much for me to handle that. I'll just stop and come back a better manager next season. Let me see. 2-1 to Wolves. This is the Wolves game, yeah? 2-1, 1-1. Okay. Or was that the West Ham? Sorry. Okay, we're doing that one still. Okay. Wolves, Southampton. As I said, this is the Saka goal. One of the managers is going to get fired this game week. I think that's so harsh. My God, that's so horrible, that is. I'm going to go Wolves win this 3-1. I'm going to go Wolves 3-1. No, it won't be funny, Delia. It won't. No, I just sold him. He's given me 6 blanks. And then as soon as I sell him, he scores. No. I cannot see any funny parts in that. It'd be too painful. So I've seen Brian go 2-1, 3-1. Cunha captain potential. Yeah, but have you got the stomach to do that now? That's the key though, mate. That's 0-0. No, let's hope not. Let's go. This is the interesting one this week. Brighton versus Manchester City. I don't think Brighton have lost at home this season. Am I right? If someone can fact check that. Brighton versus Manchester City. What are we thinking? 2-2. Yeah, I'm thinking goals as well, Jay. I'm thinking goals. 2-2 on this one. I think there's goals, or 3-2 to one of them. Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking. 3-2. Oh, Brian, we will take that. We will take. Are you captaining in, Brian? Are you captaining Haaland? 1-2 City. Okay, so you're seeing everyone's seeing goals here. Oh, 1-2 City as well. Yeah. Let me see Nick's question for you more. I'm currently benching Watkins. Do you think that will bite me? Because Liverpool have been great all at the back, but do you remember his hat trick? I'm still scarred from that hat trick. Was that the game, Nick? They battered us 7. Was it? Have I got that wrong? That was a weird game. I think I remember that. That was like a nightmare. It wasn't even a part of me forgets that actually existed. But yeah. If you're not about me, Liverpool have been great. Who would you play instead of him, Nick? That's the important question. Who would you play? If it's someone like Semenyo, you can understand it, but who are you going to play instead of him? If you're dropping down to something very, very poor, but if you're playing something good and your squad's quite healthy because you've got no Haaland, if I'm right, which means you've mostly got a lovely bench. Who are you benching? That's the question, Nick. Let me know who you're benching. So loads think there's goals in that game. Loads City winning, yeah, definitely. So I think everyone thinks, can you imagine? Wow. The way he's playing this season. Capping Haaland at the moment. No Spurs. Yeah, same as me. Yeah. We got no choice this week. There's not much there for us. All right, Liverpool v Villa. What do we think? Yasin, you let me know. What do you think this score is going to be? You've already said it's going to be tricky against Villa. Let me know. Let me know. Let me see the predictions in the chat. Who are you thinking? Liverpool versus Aston Villa. Wow, 4-1. Part of me loves it because it's my team. Obviously, I'm a Liverpool fan. I want to win, but if Salah scores a hat trick, when you don't own him. Against Southampton, it's one of these moves, Nick, isn't it? If it comes off, if it doesn't come off, you look like an idiot. Everyone's, why are you benching a £9 million striker for a... I think I'll actually... I might start Larson. Yeah, it's against Southampton. And no... Let me have a look. What's their predict when it's tight like this? So Wolves are predicted to score 1.8, near 2 goals. Aston Villa predicted to score 1.13. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Nick, maybe. I'm not saying we always go with predicted data or market data, but if you're that stuck, I would say, yeah, play Larson, go for it. He's getting the minutes as well. Wolves, it's a big fixture. So let me just quickly finish off the Liverpool one. 4-1. Everyone's anticipating. No one's... See, look, yes, you've got nothing to worry about. You've anticipated Liverpool not lose, but you think there's going to be a tricky one. Salah captain here. Yeah, I can see a lot of Salah captainers. All right, let's move on to Sunday. We're nearly... Look, let's see. Yeah, I think... In terms of the Premier League, not just FPL, just in the Premier League, I think we've had a really good start. It surprised everyone. No one expected this. I mean, even us two as Liverpool fans, we thought there'll be a drop-off after Klopp, naturally, when an elite manager leaves. But clearly, that's not been the case. Is it luck? Is it good good appointment of Slot? We haven't had to change much. All he's added is a bit more control, a bit more defensive stability, and yet Klopp's almost engine and mindset and heart is still in that team. So maybe it's a perfect combination. Is it luck that maybe Arsenal and City drop off this season? Possibly. I don't know. But as far as this being the most important game for us this season, I'm not sure, I think, obviously, my take on it in the Premier League, especially under Pep Guardiola, you need to win as many games as possible before and get a buffer. Because in February, whether you like it or not, they wake up and they just win 14 games in a row or something silly like that, and they win. And it's not me, as a Liverpool fan, we've got a bit of scar tissue there because we got 97 points and they still beat us to the league. Was it 98? So there, I know City this season, Rodri's injured, KDB's getting older, they've got injuries everywhere. I know, but Pep always finds a way. So the point is, I see it from your perspective. A win is a win. If you can get that and keep that buffer going, we're going to need that. Because Arsenal and City, they're going to be relentless. I'm not one of the fans that get carried away and think we're top of the league and they've lost a couple games or drawn. No, they're going to be there. I saw Arsenal against Inter Milan. They're so strong. They're super strong. So I'm not sitting here thinking, oh, we're in a good position here. Nah. Let's see where we are in March, Yassine. But for this game here, of course, I want to win. I want to win every game. But if we lost it or drew, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Just like it's not the end of the world for City and Arsenal at the moment. Like if Arsenal lose to Chelsea, what do you think they're finished this season? Nah, no chance. This will give away how old I am. I've been playing FPL for 20 years, or was it 19 years? When it came out, basically, I think. Yeah, a long time. Start of the FPL, we played it. It was a complete different game to how it's played now. Now we're so much more competitive, so much more content. Now it's like science, mathematicians and programs and everything's in place to help you get better scores and be where when I played it at one stage, you just picked your favorite players and the players you thought might do good. It sounds simple, but now it's changed a little bit. But yeah, played like a long time. When I put my ID and you can check it out, you'll see I've had some incredible scores and I've had some hideous scores. FPL is the type of game. That's why you got to, after a game week, when I have a rubbish one, I sulk for a bit. And then I'm like, you can't beat yourself up too much because you're not fully in control. You can only do as much as you can. And then it's in the hands of you're not in, basically you're just on the keyboard watching the games, hoping your players, small tight margins there. So yeah, but playing a long time, my friend, really, really long. I won't forget, trust me, I will put, if not, hit me up on Twitter and I'll give you the ID so you can see how long I've been playing and how well and how bad I've been doing. On current form, City are still favourites to win the league. Yeah, I would say that. It's so bad, isn't it? It sounds like I'm just talking from pain because City have won it but the stats show it. They've won it 4 times in a row. Not even the great Sir Alex Ferguson done that. And I got this feeling Pep's going to leave this summer. So he'll try and make it 5. You could tell, even when they lost against the Tottenham in the cup, normally he tries to win that cup. I swear he's won it loads. He didn't care. They were all laughing. So clearly he's made the decision. This squad can't handle trying to win 4 trophies. So I think it's full commitment for the Prem this season. And then I think he'll go. Which means it's game on for the rest of our teams. Manchester United, Chelsea, Liverpool and Arsenal. It becomes a free-for-all, There's more potential because when Pep's in the league, sad to say that, and it sounds like a loser's mentality, but it's the statistics back it. He wins the league. So I would still put City favourites, yes. Even with no Rodri. Yeah, I would. And I put Arsenal second favourites. Without Rodri, I think they'll struggle. Yeah, that's a fair point. It's actually a fair point. I'm not saying to you it's going to be easy. Winning the league is never, ever easy. But yeah, it is. Rodri's the Ballon d'Or tells you how important he is. Yeah, I think for me, I still think they're favourites. He'll find a solution. At the moment, they're not finding a solution. They're really struggling. They are. Defensively, they look really poor. Like they're freeing up chances. So Brighton are going to cause them big. Matoma, Minter, whoever he plays, they're going to cause them big problems. Even their centre backs are going to be ran ragged via Welbeck. Like, yeah. So I can see your point for saying that. No, Sing, cheeky. I'm not that old, isn't it? Was it dial-up? Although I will say this, there was FPL when it wasn't even on. It was on the newspapers and phone. So you're saying it as a joke, but there was actually football, fantasy football. You had to do it on paper and pen. No lies. You youngsters on the chat will think, what? What? Yeah, believe that. But no, it wasn't on dial-up. Wish everyone a good game week. Yes, same. Oh, thank you very much. Yes, thank you. Exactly. Please like and subscribe. I keep forgetting to say that. So please do that. I appreciate everyone that's jumped in and all the conversation we're having, all the chat, but please like and subscribe. And even after the video goes up it finishes as a stream and it goes up as a video, please go in there, like here and leave a comment. You can just say hello, Mo. It's good for the algorithm, as they say. But so let me finish off. I want to finish off So Manchester United v Leicester. What did we say, guys? Just quick predictions, just to finish off. Manchester United versus Leicester. What are we thinking? I'm going to go Man United 3-1. And that's not because I think Manchester United are so good. I think it's because Leicester are so poor. What do you think? Yes, Nick. No worries, my friend. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed your Christmas sandwich and good luck. You're flying this season. You're gonna. I'll be intrigued to see who you go with. Yeah, nice one, Nick. Take it easy, mate. So 2-1 United. Let me have a look at the Leicester 2-1. Wow, that would be huge. 2-1 United. 3-1. Yeah, I think so as well. And Rude wants to stay there. 4-2 United. Big, loads of goals there. Interesting. I mean, where they're defending at the 7. Thank you very much, Nick. Yeah, come on. Rest of you, come on, please like the stream. Really appreciate that. I've got a question there. I'm going to come back to. I'm going to start a question. Now we're going to go to questions after this, and then we're done. Everyone can go back to work. So Bruno will return back to his brilliant ways under new management. Yeah, more than likely. The manager knows him well. The manager seems like a very young, promising manager. I done research on him last season because I thought we were going to get him, Liverpool, before we got Slot. So I started to study his style of football and how he plays, and he's really good. Manchester United fans should be excited. He's really, really good. Whether he's going to be a success, you could argue. We're not quite sure. Loads of managers have come into that club and they've struggled. So that remains to be seen, but he's very exciting prospect there. Nottingham Forest versus Newcastle. Surely Chris Wood doesn't score. I'm going to go for 1-1 here. I think that's going to be a score draw. 1-1. Isaac and Wood to score. How about that? What do you guys think? And then I'm going to go. Okay, you've gone for Nottingham Forest there. That's because you own Woods, isn't it? I see you. Yep. 1-1. That's what I'm going for. Same now. Same. And then we've got Spurs v Ipswich. I'm hoping this is a 1-1, but I got this feeling they're going to win 3-0 and their assets are going to destroy us. So if you don't own Spurs assets. So I'm going to go Spurs 3-1. Spurs 3-1. They'll concede, but let me have a look here. That's a fair shout. That's actually a fair shout, mate. Nothing wrong with that. That's a fair shout. Hoping to maintain. Oh, you're flying. Fair play there, yeah. Okay. Well, let me know who you're going to go for in the end. If you stick with Dom, that's the kind of move that will take you into the hundreds if that works out for you, mate. Because a lot of people will be scared to captain him. They'll go Salah. Fair play. Let me know. Oh no, this scares me, Yasin. I hope you're wrong because I don't have no Spurs coverage. Wow. That actually. Oh my god, I'm actually. See, you lot are messy. You lot are worrying me now. You lot are actually worrying me. This is. Look at this. Oh my god. You lot are really worrying me. I'm not happy about that. And the last game, the biggest game of the weekend, Chelsea versus Arsenal. The biggest game of the weekend. It's actually got. There's a lot of FPL assets involved, so it's actually quite important. You've got the Arsenal defenders, Saliba, Gabriel, Raya. Then you've got the midfielders, Saka, and then you've got Havertz, quite heavily owned. And from Chelsea, it's Oli Palmer, really. I don't think anyone's gone early on any other players there. What are we saying? 2-1 J, 2-1 Arsenal. What are we thinking? 2-2. 1-0 Arsenal. Yeah. I'm thinking 1-0 Arsenal as well, 1-1. Draw. Palmer, easy assist. Fair play, Bryce. That'll be interesting. Let's see. This would be amazing. That would be amazing. I'd love it if that happens. I want that to happen. Oh, look, here's the Arsenal bias kicking in. The Arsenal bias. All the Arsenal fans kicking in. And right, that's all of the fixture. We're nearly done now. Is there any questions before we jump off and get on the rest of our day? Thank you very much for all jumping on, by the way. But if you've got any questions, put them in the chat now. We can run through everything. I think we've covered, fixtures, best captains, goals and cleans, best premium players for the upcoming game week, my predicted points. Yeah, I think that's the majority of the stuff. So if there's any questions or anything you want to ask, just get in the chat, let me know. Then if not, we will call it. Unfortunately, I have to go back to work, which is not the one. You know what? Nothing wrong with that, mate. Loads of people done it. I think, was it 2 weeks ago? And his return was incredible. What did he return? He had a double-digit return. Nothing wrong with that at all. It's very brave. This season, I've not been as brave. I think when you start well, you can be a bit more aggressive. You've got more confidence. When you start weak, you tend to overthink things and you're not as brave, and it starts collapsing, if I'm honest with you. And I'm speaking from experience here. It starts not going well. So good luck with it. I hope that works for you, mate. I really do. It really does. Where should you go on holiday in May? You should go to Morocco. That's what you should do. What to do, Foden and India, what to do. I think if you've got Foden, unless you've got money in the bank, you want to move him to another premium, like we discussed earlier. I think you roll with it and hope he delivers. He's not been horrible. If you looked at his returns, they looked horrible. That's the outcome. But the actual in the game, the chances, the shots, XG and XA have been very, very good. So he has to return. Surely he has to return. So yeah. Tips for hiding when Tottenham are. You know what? I know that's. I don't have tips, but I'm going to try to go out or do something productive because, like you said, I don't have their attackers. It's going to be grim. So yeah, turn off notifications, turn off everything. Please help. Should I sell Foden and Eze for Cunha and Bruno? That one there, Bryce. I think someone asked earlier on as well. It's such a tricky one. The Bruno and Cunha's fixtures are wicked. Eze's injured, so he needs to come out. And Foden's fixtures okay, and he's been playing okay. I know he's not been returning. If you could have done it for Son instead, I'd say I'd be more tempted. I mean, if you're going to put Bruno in and you're going to keep him for 3 weeks and then get rid of him, then it's not a bad move, to be honest. It's not a bad move. So yeah. Although selling Foden this week. But it's a good shout. He could have gone anywhere in the world. I thought I'd tell him to go to Morocco. Let him go and have a good time there. I think we're nearly done here. A couple more questions if there is anything. I don't know why, but I'm not worried about Spurs. We need a bit more ITIS. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe it could turn out to be nothing, Delia. But yeah, it's just that, you know how you feel at FPL at times when you don't own a player. If for some reason it's more heightened. That's all it is. But yeah. Got to work. Yeah, no worries, mate. Got to work, bro. Exactly. So on that note, on that note, I'm going to say thank you very much. I hope everyone likes and subscribes and all that good stuff. Share it, all that good stuff. And I'll do another live next week, Friday. All right. Take it easy, everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Delia. Nice one. Thank you. See you later, everyone. Bye-bye.